Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Woo-woo. All right. So this thing called anticipation, I'm really digging on it today. I was digging on it more last night because I was so excited for today. I was like, oh my God, like, is tomorrow Christmas? Like, I am so excited. I'm getting a phone call from Sarah Marie Miller from the podcast Time in the Studio. We're finally gonna have our chat today. And last night I was like so excited. I'm still excited, but you know what happens when we sleep. But anyways, there is this wonderful thing about anticipation and being excited about something and having something to look forward to that is really, really good for you. And I was just sort of like making the connections that Sarah's all about self-care, you know, and all that. And I just think excitement, anticipation, and having something to look forward to is definitely a form of self-care. I mean, I'm all about self-care 24/7, all day, every day. It seems like I really do cater to myself and take care of myself as best I can. And giving ourselves something to be passionate about, looking forward to, is also really, really good for us. So I'm excited for my morning. And I'm going to make some tea and pull some cards with you. And then I'll turn around and I'll be chatting finally. I can't believe it's finally happening. So much hype for me for this phone call. So I'm glad that it's finally going to manifest and happen, and we'll see if it's as good as, you know, whenever you're waiting for something to happen, sometimes you envision it in your head 100 times beforehand. And I tried to curb that, like, instead of me like playing out like the conversation in my head, like I do you have to do that a little bit, because then the universe knows what your intentions are. Like, my intentions are for it to be positive, have good flow, and for us to have fun, right? But if you do it too much, you're just like, okay, that's enough now. Like, that's enough now. I'm so excited that it's actually gonna be happening. So good morning, y'all. We are going to start out with the soul flower. As I'm shuffling this deck, one pops up through the middle, right? So talk about excitement. It just literally shot up, and it is self-heal. Do you know this flower? Self-heal. It likes to grow in the grass. Prunella vulgaris, self-heal. She's coming through today, though, with a message of responsibility for us. Responsibility. Just when I was ready to throw a party. Like, woo, we're going to have a great day. I get a responsibility card. So it says, true healing is a journey that engages the whole of your being in a spiraling process of deeper and deeper levels of understanding and self-awareness. So we've got these beautiful purple little flowers against a blue sky. And self-heal addresses the special connection between your soul and your body and encourages you to take responsibility for your own journey. So that is wonderful. I love that because, you know, as we go on this personal evolution of ourselves, we cannot expect anyone else to do it for us. Like, it is our responsibility. It's your responsibility for you to take care of your body, your mind, and your general health. Like, disclaim out the wazoo. I certainly get this, because that's why I'm telling everybody all the time to do their own research. Like, it is your responsibility to look out for yourself, to investigate for yourself, and yeah, be responsible for yourself. So I get it. But yeah, let's, definitely make it our responsibility to keep going deeper and deeper, as it was saying, a spiraling process into deeper levels of understanding and self-awareness, because that really is what it's all about here. So yeah, thank you, Self Heal, for reminding us that the card on the bottom is Bee Balm. I'm just gonna, I think, leave out the Self Heal, but I'm glad I see Bee Balm, because Bee Balm is all about vibrance and adding some spark to your life. It says Bee Balm encourages you to let go of inhibitions, cut loose, and be passionate. Sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Every day is a gift worth celebrating. Bee Balm reminds you to show up and embrace the potential of your own life. No excuses. So yeah, that's just a play off of what we had. Was that just yesterday? Was it just yesterday that we were saying don't waste another minute of your life? Yeah, show up today to your life. Exude that vibrance and sing at the top of your lungs after you've had tea. Yes, I gotta warm my voice up, but not too much for our chat. But anyways, yeah, it's so fun. I woke up early, but now I want to, my body feels like it wants to rest, but I do not dare lay back down. I don't dare lay back down. Not on today. Not today, because today I am required to show up in a lot of different ways. It's going to be a long day, and then, yeah, I got to do those errands. So yesterday, I think it was saying, yesterday we got the journey card. Go do something new. And whenever I got that card, I laughed because, I had errands to do. I ended up canceling them all yesterday. So, yeah, now today it is my responsibility to go run errands. I have to now, because my chickens are completely out of food, out of their grain pellets. So yeah, there's definitely an air of responsibility in my life today, for sure. Okay, so I just want to keep out the self-heal though. Bye-bye, Bee Balm. You're going to go back in the box. I'm going to keep out self-heal because I want to sit with this responsibility. I was going to say this responsibility crap. I'd love to invite responsibility in a little deeper. And I have Tess Whitehurst cards here, the Magic of Flowers. And they're a little smaller of a card, right? So I have this big self-heal in the center. And what I want to do is dance these wonderful flower messengers, right? They have all got the beautiful, most of these cards have a beautiful person on them, a beautiful human. Of course, there are a couple that don't. Watch me pull those ones, but I want to have these beautiful humans dancing around responsibility. I was just thinking last night how, in the herbal community, not the one that I say my ass, but in the real herbal community, isn't everyone so beautiful? I don't know, or is that just my perception of people who love herbs? But I just think people who love the plants, connect with the herbs, or in the herbal community in one way or another, they just are all gorgeous. Is anyone else noticing this? Do plants make people pretty? All right, so the first human we have here is the hydrangea, human plant friend, hydrangea, and she is sitting like Kuan Yin. I think is that what she calls? No, I don't think this is lotus, but there is a name for this pose. She's sitting on a little stone bench, and she has one leg pulled up like a half cross-legged and one foot on the ground, and then her opposite hand is pointed upward. And there is this rainbow energy coming out of her hand, and she's all with her other hand, she's anchoring it down. So hydrangea. So what's cool about hydrangea? Well, if you know about it, the color of the flowers vary depending on the soil it is planted in. So it could be more of a pinkish, it could be real light, it could be purple, it could be blue. Like your color of hydrangea flowers usually goes with like the acid or alkalinity of your soil. So if you want to change the color of your hydrangeas or your life, change your soil, right? Change your environment, change your circumstances. So hydrangea comes in with a message for us to restructure the pattern. So I'm looking for, we're going to dance around responsibility. And we have to kind of look at in our life that it is our responsibility that if we don't like something, it's our responsibility to change it. And how do we change it? With our energy. And how do we use our energy? We restructure the pattern. So most everything happening in your life right now is because of patterns, energy patterns. You think the same way. You react the same way. You carry on these energetic patterns from your parents, right? So you have these thought patterns. They're all these belief systems. So sometimes they serve us and sometimes they do not serve us. Like, boy, my forehead just crunched up there. So apparently I have a few left that do not serve us. So it's our responsibility to restructure the pattern, change our thoughts, change our life, and, take our responsibility in an energetic way. Okay, let's just keep moving. We're going to keep it kind of shallow with the cards if we can, as long as the messages make sense to me. So we've got hydrangea. Boy, I could just slur that word. Hydrangea. So let's also put up, oh, heck yeah. Sunflower, always amazing. This is a native man in the sunflower. He is exuding confidence, like hands up, chin up. He is opening, like the sun's above him. You can't see the sun, but you might as well. It's actually a sunrise. But he is opening his arms, his heart, his mind to the energy of the sunrise. He knows his true worth. I mean, we can clearly see it by laying eyes on him. He is confident. And sunflower is all about glorious success. So he is opening up. He's wearing just a piece of cloth, you guys. Like, the man does not have much in his life except his energy and the earth, right? His energy and his connection to nature. And in that, he has everything. He has everything he wants. He's happy. He's content. He knows that spirit cares for him. He's guided. That is his definition of success. I guarantee you, he's not walking, after he prays to the morning sunrise, he's not walking home to a mansion, right? He does not have the same ideals like we do, right? So I like that this came after hydrangea, because a lot of times we are unhappy because we place these expectations on us, like, okay, I have to have a shiny new car. I have to have a house that's way too big for me. I have to have this. I have to have that. I have to be exuding a certain type of, personality trait, right? We get these expectations. So I like that sunflower followed up after hydrangea, because it's saying maybe we need to redefine our definition of success. We need to restructure that pattern that actually is keeping us poor. So one of my tea bags this morning said, true prosperity lies within, right? And then the other one said, to get love, give love. So let us just, think about what in our life have we defined for ourselves that's actually keeping us down. It's actually making things impossible. So I'm gonna pull this one out, which is the hummingbird on honeysuckle, and also this one, which is a mermaid, wisteria. So wisteria is a message for us to soften the edges and go with the flow. And honeysuckle is good luck. So I love that so much. I'm gonna have to honor two bottom cards here. The deck actually split apart. That's why I have all these cards coming at me. So I want to honor the bottom card, which is Carnation, and not the other bottom card, since it split apart, which is Water Lily. Okay, now we've got all our cards for the day. I'm gonna put the deck back in the box, so I will leave it alone. Okay, so we need to redefine. Let me catch up with myself now. Okay, we need to redefine our definition of success, right? Because the man, let's just go back to that man on the sunflower card. He is accepting, he is open, he is receiving his success, his glorious success. And we can too, right? We can feel gloriously successful just as soon as we restructure the pattern and redefine what success actually is for us. Okay? Like maybe success really just needs to be toned down a bit. Right? Let's take away the materialism and just say, hey, if you attain happiness in your life, you are gloriously successful. If you wake up every morning feeling thankful, you're successful. If you go through your day looking for things to appreciate, you're successful. If you have people in your life that you connect with and you care about, and they care about you, that really is success. It really is. If you can, like Self-Heal said, spiral deeper into your levels of understanding and self-awareness, that is success. At the end of this life, when we do our life review, when we're in non-physical, we were just talking about this a couple days ago, none of this stuff matters. It's your understanding, your expansion, your love, your compassion, your lessons that you have learned. That is what is going to make this life feel like a success or not. Not that there's judgment waiting for us, but you do look back and you do become very aware of, did I do what I meant to do? Was it a success? Did I open myself to receive energy, or did I keep myself closed down? Did I love people, or was I so hard to connect with? You know? So yeah, I'm glad that this is all coming through with honeysuckle, because yeah, we do need good luck. We really do. And yeah, that hummingbird is definitely special to me. I mean, I don't know if I have a spirit animal or not, but if I did or do, can it please be the hummingbird? They're just so magical and fast and precise and cute at the same time. So yeah, the hummingbird does bring us this good vibe of good luck. And wisteria too, I think is coming in to say, like, you know, as regard to success and responsibility, more so success, because she is diagonal from the sunflower. Wisteria really does say, you know, go with the flow. When you restructure your definitions and your patterns, let's soften the edges. Let's not make things so of a sharp box for us. Like, soften the edges. Like, yes, you've always done it this way, but soften the edges up and see if you can just allow creativity to flow and allow something new to emerge. So that was our next card, Carnation. Now, Carnation, I put her up at the top. She is fire. She is the phoenix being reborn. She is just this emergence of new energy. So, I thought maybe I was creating a star here, but I'm not. If we think about, gosh, I got really distracted there. If we think about how we want to change, how we want to become our expanded self, Wisteria is saying you're going to have to loosen up and soften the edges and go with the flow, because rigidity just isn't going to serve you. It doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't look at the trees who become too rigid. Their branches break off. They just snap and fall over. So we're all here learning lessons, right? But if we want to have this rebirth of self into our new expanded selves, we do need to tap into good vibes with our honeysuckle. We need to go with the flow and soften the edges with wisteria. And, then it will be this feeling of glorious success as we burst through the flames, just literally burst up. And what's really cool? She is also, her arms are open and back, and she is leading with her chest, leading with her heart, going upwards, head back. She is completely open to spirit. She is completely open to spirit coming in to her being, and that is who she is. And then directly down from that, our last card is Water Lily. So Water Lily, she has an interesting story to share. She is also opened up, to the night sky, and it's becoming night, and she is radiating light upwards. But yeah, her roots go deep, 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 deep down to the very bottom of that murky pond. She is not afraid of darkness. As a matter of fact, she will go down there every night. And because why? Because she knows that when the sun comes up and the light emerges, that is what she will be drawn to. She always returns to the light. She always reaches for the light, strives for the light. So apply that to your life. Think about how, as we take the responsibility from self-heal to go deeper and deeper into self-awareness and connection and deeper levels of understanding, the spiral has to go down into the darkness for you to truly understand yourself, to truly understand why and how you work, what makes you tick. Right? You have to go into your darkness, because it is in your darkness that you're going to discover the patterns that hold you from evolving into your greater self. So when we dive into our darkness, we always retrieve the light that we were looking for, the awareness and answers that we seek. So don't be afraid of your darkness. One, because you want to get down there to understand it. Two, you need to get into your darkness so that you can heal it. So if there's anything that needs to be healed and anything that needs to be integrated, loved up, and possibly restructured. So yeah, I love that Water Lily is directly south of the red carnation, because red carnation is bursting upward into the higher realms, and Water Lily is anchoring down into our shadow, into our depths, into our darkness. So you don't want to keep running away from parts of you. You want to understand that if you had experiences in this life, or whatever, it doesn't have to be super dark. It could be shallow dark, right? Just keep on going down deeper and deeper and deeper, to make sure that you know everything that is there, right? And that way, the deeper you go, you can go higher above, and be a balanced individual. So that is your responsibility. So this is a very balanced layout. We've got 2 cards off to each side, and one on the top and one on the bottom, and they're all dancing around this idea of responsibility. Whew. All right. So I definitely love this spread with the message of being responsible for our own personal journey. That's why I just took a little break. I decided to take responsibility for my body and feed it. Give it some. I just had a drink of yesterday's. I juiced a bunch of dandelion leaves and I had some left over. So I drank that, shoved a few handfuls of organic Cinnabons cereal in my mouth, and brought my tea with me. That's still super hot. So yeah, like I'm totally good, taking responsibility for my body. Most people are, or they're going to get there because they want their body to feel good. Like if your body has been sick or not functioning or making you miserable, then you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta take responsibility and heal myself, get myself feeling better. So that's great. We also need to do that on a mental level too. Like if you have thoughts that are making you not feel well, it's your responsibility to heal those and clear those as well. And then I just love that it totally takes it into the spiritual realm and asks us, these cards I feel asks us, like, do you understand that your spiritual journey is also your responsibility? Your practice of forgiveness is your responsibility. Your attainment of, I was going to say enlightenment or love. Like these are things that we are striving for, and a lot of people just don't think that's a priority. But yeah, self-heal is definitely saying it is your responsibility to get to know yourself, to understand yourself, and heal yourself. Self-heal. So I wanted to peek in the book with a few of these cards just for some more insight. Let's start with the hummingbird, and we will work our way down around clockwise, and we'll end with the sunflower. We will end with glorious success. Oh yes, we will. So the honeysuckle is the hummingbird card, and yeah, there is this burst of green light coming in behind. So the morning healing light's coming in for the honeysuckle. So this card can mean a lot of things, but we are on a journey and it's going to be a success. It always is. Every life is a success, but sometimes you might look back and wish you would have done things differently. So I feel like honeysuckle and the hummingbird are saying, why don't you just take a hot minute? Take a hummingbird minute, which is literally like 10 seconds. And just think right now, and it'll come up real quick. What do you wish that you're doing or not doing in your life right now that you could possibly look back upon and wish that you had done it different? I think, like, you couldn't pay me to go back and redo my life, right? I'm not going back. Like, I wouldn't do anything different except maybe meditate more, right? Which makes me laugh, because if I could go back and meditate more, right, I'm not going to do anything different except meditate more. Well, there's such humor in that statement, because if you meditate more, then you're going to do everything different. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything except meditate more, which, ultimately would change everything. Because, cleaning up our energy makes everything change. So honeysuckle could also be here with a message of good luck, but also it could be here to activate intuition, awaken sexuality, release sexual blocks, help us with letting go. Honeysuckle is definitely all about endings and beginnings, prosperity, and even weight loss. So I love that it's here now with the carnation of rebirth, and I love that because, what in our life do we want to change? Good questions. Very, very, very good questions. But honeysuckle does want us to move forward with confidence in the direction of our dreams. So stay focused on what you want, like I'm looking at the hummingbird going for that blossom. If you want the sweet nectar, go get it. Okay? Keep following your passion. Opportunities are going to be everywhere for you. Luck is with you. It wants you to know that you are in the flow. And the best thing you could do now is to just notice, appreciate, and make the most of your blessings as they are all around you. But honeysuckle also does say, let the past go and step into your beautiful new reality. So with that, I'm going to fall into the waters here with water lily, right? Let the past go. How do you do that? Sometimes you got to go into the past and into those dark places that you'd very much like to just completely forget about. But here's the thing. You're never going to let it go unless you let it go proper. You know, you can't just forget about some things. You have to heal some things, and then they will dissolve. So water lily is all about clarity of desire and direction. It could be about cooling passions, creative flow, healing depression, heart healing, purification, spiritual nourishment, and transmutation. So those are big responsibilities, aren't they? Wow. So yeah, water lily wants us to transmute any type of victim consciousness, any type of victimhood that we have within us, victim consciousness. Let's transmute it into survivor consciousness. And, as we do our healing work, we can let these past experiences, we can let them fuel us with power instead of deplete us. So yeah, this too has a message to look for your blessings, find the blessings, quit fighting situations, and instead find the lesson, find the blessing. Right? If something seems negative to you, you got to find the lesson, and then you'll feel the blessing. Yeah. So open up to your feelings, allow the joy to flood into you and into the depths of your darkness. So if you have darkness that's created by sorrow or grief, let the light go down in there. Whew. So anyways, water lily is not asking us to make any sudden moves or anything, but just, it says, see your current conditions as sacred stepping stones leading in the direction of your most beautiful future. So if things are dark right now, or if you're just taking that responsibility to go in and deal with your shit and deal with the manifestations around you, just see everything right now as stepping stones to the future, to our glorious success. Because the more understanding that we can attain in this life, the more successful we will feel at the end of this life. So Wisteria wants us to soften those edges. She wants us to go with the flow and surround ourselves with beauty. She really does. She's a mermaid. She's got these beautiful purple bubbles in the water that she just made with her tail. She's got wisteria hanging above her. It's a beautiful card, and she really just wants you to give yourself a break. If you've got harsh energy inside of you, negative energy, self-judgment, let that go and replace it with softness and sweetness, and just surrender. Just really surrender yourself to comfort, and go easy on yourself, go easy on others. Forgive more. Just try to be as forgiving and soft as easy as you can, and focus on those positive qualities in your life. So I personally love that wisteria has a message of beauty that increases with age. Yes. Beauty that increases with age. She's all about divine blessings, divine comfort, divine love. And she is also following up with water lily because she is helpful in healing grief. And yeah, like I said, she's got this softness, soothing wisdom to her. And she wants you to let go of stress. She wants to relieve that for you. But yeah, let's talk about that beauty that increases with age. Being 41 and feeling like more myself than I ever have in my whole life. Like, oh my gosh, like it felt so good to turn 40. So good. It was like a snake shedding a skin. I just let the 30s go. The obligations that I could just say no. I don't know. Something beautiful happened when I was 40 and I was like, oh yeah, this is who I am. I just was waiting to get out of 30s. And so I really actually have this really good outlook on growing up. Like I'm still growing up. And I'm excited who I will be when I turn 50. And if this is the work I'm doing now and I'm expanding at this rate, 60, 70, I just feel like we really are going to come into the wholeness of who we are and have so much more to offer the world than we have when we're younger. Not that that's everybody's story, but it's definitely mine. I just feel like aging, growing older is beautiful. I really do. So anyways, hydrangea, let's see what she says about restructuring this pattern. Because there is a pattern, of course, in society that aging is bad and you should really try not to do it. You should really try not to do it. And if you are aging, God forbid, try to not let anybody know. Color your hair and plaster your face and implant your body. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, let's do this gracefully. Let's restructure the pattern and, start to see beauty everywhere, no matter what age. So hydrangea is all about restructuring the pattern, right? It could be about boundaries. It could be about hex breaking, deconstructing, challenging karmic patterns, redirecting curses and psychic attacks, restructuring energy fields. This is definitely a protection card. So if you feel like you've been in a loop or, oh my God, this always happens to me, I'm always attracting this or experiencing this, that's a pattern. If you're always attracting the same type of lover that lets you down, that's a pattern. If you're always poor, that's a pattern. There's a lot of patterns that, yeah, they do seem karmic. It does seem like a hex, like a curse, right? Because it's been going on for a long time. So yeah, hydrangea is here to protect us and help us do that. So she does want us to set clear boundaries. That's our responsibility to set clear boundaries and only allow things that are of the clearest and most high positive vibration to enter your life, to enter your home, to enter, your experience. Take responsibility to protect your space, especially while you're doing your healing work, especially when you're going into those dark places, your grief, your sadness, like your resentment, like keep people away from you for their own good while you're doing some of this healing work. But once again, we're getting another message of we need to get out of that victim consciousness. It says, instead of feeling like a victim of fate, find the blessing within your current situation and transform it into a beautiful, divinely designed destiny. So quit feeling like, oh, this is just the hand I was dealt and I'm stuck and I'm a victim and I guess this is just what I get. Like, one, you got to take responsibility to know that you helped create this situation. Two, you got to take responsibility to find the blessings in it. Yeah. And three, it's definitely a responsible act to quit feeling like the victim. So let's quit fighting. Another message for us to quit fighting and start to just work with our circumstances. And again, find the blessings, find the learning experience, and then release its challenging aspects and move forward in the light of freedom and empowerment. So very interesting, especially whenever we do have things come up for us. When we fight, when we resist, we're actually adding so much negative energy into that situation. We're helping it grow. When you say no to war, you're still focusing your energy on war. You know, there is no no. The universe, there is no no. If you say no to something, you're saying yes to it. It's like when you tell your kids, don't jump on the bed. You might as well just tell them to jump on the bed. Nobody hears the words don't or no. They're just pretend. So when you think of it that way, then you're like, oh my gosh, like, so whatever I'm thinking about, I'm investing my energy in. Yeah, so when you say like no Trump or no drugs, or like, you're actually putting energy into that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. It makes you want to take responsibility to clean up your thoughts and clean up where you're directing your energy. So Hydrangea says, rather than saying no to this situation and continually adding to its negative energetic charge, right? Instead of saying no to something and, you know, putting fuel to the fire, say yes to it and allow its challenging aspects to be naturally dissolved in the light of acceptance and love. So the next time you have an opportunity to fight with somebody, to argue with somebody, see what happens when you don't. See what happens instead of resisting and saying no, you just really be there and say yes and give awareness and yeah, just don't resist anymore. See what happens. So yeah, this card definitely wants us to take charge, and you know, we don't want to be the victim anymore. We want to see ourselves as the victor, because we always have the power to shift our life in positive and beautiful ways. So yeah, I mean, if someone's sending you energy that's negative of any kind, you know, you can feel that when someone's throwing shade at you, for sure. Just sit there for a second, close your eyes, and say negative energy to yourself, even negative energy, definitely to yourself. Say, negative energy, I feel you, I see you, and I'm going to just redirect you ever so kindly and send you back to your source, right? Just tell it to go back to, you know, where it came from, so it can return to the person who sent it, right? You don't have to fight with it. You can just lovingly see it. Say, I see you. I want you to go back. I'm going to kindly redirect you back to its source. So, yeah, you can see yourself. You can imagine yourself surrounded by a circular mirror, and just let any negative energy bounce off and go sailing back to whoever may have sent it your way. So it's not that you're attacking back. You're just protecting yourself with this energetic mirror around you, saying any negative energy can be returned to its owner, right? Just, you know, and that's just you protecting your boundaries and maintaining your space, right? So you can be the carnation. You can just burst up and emerge. Oh my God, she is so powerful and amazing. She's beauty. She's heart healing. Carnation also is a message of longevity. So we were just talking about, you know, growing more beautiful as you age. Yeah, we've got this rebirth energy that, you know, if you are constantly being reborn into your new self, you're always young. You're always, you know, youthful and full of energy and life and love. So yeah, this is all about, you know, changing our perspective, you guys, how we look at things. You know, we can look at ourselves as, yeah, I'm 41 now, Or you can change your perspective and be like, yeah, I'm 41 and I have more energy and vigor and zest for life than I ever did. And I just feel like we're only going to get better at this. Yeah. I'm getting really good at this now. So anyways, how can you rebirth yourself into someone who can start to create the life that you want? That's a good responsibility question. So Carnation does want us to surrender to change and embrace the process, right? No more fighting, no more resisting. Let's just go with this. Your current changes will ultimately prove to be positive in very important ways. Yeah, everything that's going on right now, they're just little stepping stones to our future, to our rebirth. We need to allow ourselves to fully feel our feelings. Okay, we don't have to attach or identify with them, but yeah, let's make sure that we are feeling everything. We're not suppressing, we're not pushing things down into the darkness, right? Or else we're going to have to go be the water lily again and go do our healing work. So anything that comes up as you transform yourself, as you have this process, keep feeling your feelings. Release the old to make room for the new. So yeah, there's a lot of changes coming on. There's a lot of healing coming on, and it's all for our ultimate success. So we're at the last card now, Sunflower. Just amazing, glorious success. This is all about happiness, health, and vitality, potency, power, radiance, sustenance, strength, and truth. So these are the things that our soul values, the things that we really want, not what our ego wants, not what our mind wants. You know, this is what our soul wants. So this is a card that says, congratulations. You are destined for success. You are maybe even already experiencing success of the truest kind. You're starting to get happiness in your life, and you're like, wow, I really have a taste for this happiness. Like, I didn't know how important it was for me to feel good. So Sunflower says that time is an illusion, and what we believe and expect we receive. So rest assured that every ounce of the success you seek is already fully present and real as we speak. So just know that it's coming to you. It's coming to you. It's on its way. So you can start to celebrate now. More happiness is coming to you, more love, more balance, more understanding, more self-awareness. So yeah, feel successful now that at the end of our lives, we are going to be celebrating. You can start celebrating now. So let's see what else it says. Success is yours, right? So you might as well prepare for it and expect it, like it's going to go well. Like when I think about having my chat today with Sarah from Time in the Studio, I'm expecting it to go well and have lots of flow. So that's fun that Wisteria showed up, and be really enjoyable. That's my expectations. So most likely it's going to go pretty good. Show up, commit, and hard work. Okay, work hard. You will not fail to succeed. So if you make intentions to self-heal, to take that responsibility for your journey in life, no one fails who reaches for the truth. Okay? If that is your intentions, you will not fail. You will be guided, and everything will be wonderful. So yeah, and if it's not wonderful to your ego, then change your perspective and see the blessings in the lessons. So yeah, just keep visualizing and visualizing things how you would like them. Remain confident. Keep your mind and body healthy and alert to help manifest, a successful outcome in your life. So yeah, you want to keep your body healthy because, if your perfect lover shows up in life circumstance and a beautiful place to live, you want a healthy body so that you can enjoy it. So it is important to take care of these vessels. And Sunflower says to put yourself out there, shine your light bravely, and bring blessings to the world. And be forthright, honest, and authentic, because that is what is in order to manifest success in the fairest and most possible way. Okay, now, so if we're being honest, I think there was a few of us that when Self-Heal came up with that R word, responsibility, there was a little bit of cringing, right? There was a little bit of like, oh geez. But boy, didn't we just beautifully manipulate all these different perspectives that turn it into something that we want. We want to be responsible, right? Now we want to heal. We want to restructure the pattern. We want to be confident. We want to be positive. We want to do the work that we came here to do. We want to learn our lessons and we want to feel the blessings. So yeah, today let's just soften the edges and be easy on ourselves and more forgiving, and do not engage, do not fight, do not resist. Do not put your energy into what you don't want, okay? That is your responsibility. So I love all these cards together. I love that we sat and expanded ourselves together. We co-created a new doorway that is now available to us. All we've got to do is open our arms, our hearts, our energy, our minds, and receive. And let the blessings flow in. So have a beautiful and responsible day.